Why are you mixing them?
That's the best way to eat it. Okay. Shake necklines, but then you could shut everyone out.
Chris, I'm about to shut you out.
Y'all, that video has almost 500,000 likes, and all the comments are in support of Desmond Scott. As we know, Kristy filed for divorce, says, there was some infidelity. He confirms that he did step out, but he asked for a separation. So people are pulling up clips to show you he appeared to be fed up. And you know what? I can say that's probably why they grew apart. Everything became content, and he's the butt of the joke in most of the content. And it's scripted. In the beginning it probably was a joke, but most of this content is scripted. And he probably was tired of every moment having to fit into, Instagram Reels or TikTok. It had to be a moment that they could go viral off of. Kristy can definitely be over the top and obnoxious, and it's possible that he just fell out of love. However, I'm not giving him a pass for stepping out on the marriage, because there's a difference between asking for a separation and asking for a divorce. He never asked Kristy for divorce, his own words. He just asked that they separate and that they were, trying to figure things out, whatever. When you're in a separation and you're not saying I'm ready to file for divorce, that means there's room for reconciliation, right? You don't go have relations with somebody else during that separation. That to me just says I want to have my cake and eat it too. I want to go test the waters, and if it's not what I like, if I think that it's worth staying with my family, then I can come back. And I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair. I don't think you should have the option to try dating somebody else while you're still married to see if you want to stay married, right? That's something that y'all should have done before y'all got married. And like I said, they've been together since they were children, so they've never been independent as adults. So I can agree that he probably had valid reasons as to why he wanted to leave the marriage, or why he was fed up based on clips and just it becoming overwhelming and taking content taking precedence over actually making sure they maintain their relationship and their love for each other. I don't think that is an excuse for cheating. He should have just filed for a divorce. He should have just filed for a divorce. I don't know. What do y'all think?
Desmond told Kristy to sit her ass down. He said, girl, do you gotta be Mortal Kombat and Karate Kid every day? Anyway, let's get into it. Desmond just posted that he said he talked to Kristy about a separation in 2025. Y'all are up on this man for saying that he cheated and he was this and he's wrong. He said he talked about a separation. Did he admit that he was wrong? Yes. But it seems like he really tried to talk about it and take a break. Can you imagine your wife or your husband just jumping around doing karate kicks all fucking day? My husband and I had this conversation. I was like, I would be annoyed. We talked about this a year ago, and he loved watching them. And I was like, I would be so irritated if you were over there jumping, kick, flipping, dolphin diving and shit all day. It would drive me crazy.
Me personally, I love it when wives divorce their husbands after their husbands cheat. Because why am I sticking around? And obviously everyone doesn't have the same resources, but shout out to Kristy for getting up out of there. Me finding out that they're Jehovah's Witness honestly makes everything make sense. He really couldn't leave her. In a lot of people's religions, you cannot leave your husband unless there is some infidelity. Vice versa. But I don't know, I still think there could have been another way. Did you really have to go the cheating route? There was no other option? In his statement, he made it seem as if she didn't want him to leave. I mean, y'all been together since she was 14. I'm sure letting you go wasn't easy. But that line that he wrote in that statement, he really could have kept it. You don't get any sympathy points because you wanted to leave. Just leave. You a grown man, just leave.
When it comes down to this Kristy and Desmond thing, I think that a lot of you guys are delusional. Number one, anytime a woman is successful and the relationship doesn't work out with her and the man, y'all automatically assume that the man is jealous. That thinking actually does not make sense. If you guys don't want to look at it from, a perspective that makes sense, then I guess that's fine. But realistically speaking, Desmond was never jealous of Kristy. In fact, I believe that he put his career on hold so that she could pursue her career. But let's also be honest, a lot of the stuff that she did was corny and annoying, and he still supported her. How is he jealous? Y'all are actually not thinking at all. That aside, you guys are all over here claiming that he's gay and things of that nature. And this is the one thing I don't like that black women do. The moment that a relationship isn't working between a black man and a black woman, y'all automatically assume that the black man is gay. That's honestly very weird. And you guys are clearly homophobic. That I would never just assume somebody's gay or whatever. That there's nothing about that man that gives gay. If you really follow him on his own page, there's nothing that gives gay. And even if it did, why does it matter? But lastly, The court documents say that it was alleged infidelity, meaning that that has not been confirmed. But one thing I'm going to tell you guys right now is that I believe that the whole infidelity thing is a cover up, in all honesty. Kristy don't look like somebody that can just take a L. She doesn't. You even see the way that she be treating Desmond sometimes. Like, it's really going over y'all's heads. But overall, I already peeped this weeks ago. Just off of a video that Desmond had posted, I already knew that this was coming.
So the internet's going crazy right now because the Scotts, popular social media couple, split over alleged infidelity. And people are acting surprised. And let me tell you why you shouldn't be. I've seen lots of comments, people saying things like, I need to see the woman that he cheated with. I bet you she can't be as pretty, as smart, as intelligent, as popular. It doesn't matter. How many pretty women have to get cheated on? Beyonce, Nia Long, Halle Berry, Megan Fox. It's not about the looks. It's not about the money. It's not about the education. The person who they cheat with usually just offers them the 20% they feel like their wife is missing. She doesn't have to be better. Most of the time, she isn't. Sometimes a man cheats on a woman who has it all together because that woman has it all together. And they feel insecure and inferior standing next to that woman. I'm not saying that's what happened here, but I'm saying there's any number of reasons why a successful, popular, beautiful woman gets cheated on. And it doesn't always have to be because the other girl is prettier. You have all these comments talk about, I don't believe in love anymore. Love is fake. Y'all say the same thing every time a pretty woman gets cheated on. Love is not fake, but some people do put their best foot forward when making couples content is how they make a living. Sometimes there is a pressure to perform happiness when your happy relationship is a key part of your business and how you make your money, how you support your children. And even with all that being said, who's to say that it wasn't real? At least for her. Not all men can handle the spotlight of being as popular as he is and all the women that come with it. Sometimes the person that they fall for isn't even a fan of theirs, she's a fan of their wife.
Ain't shit funny anymore, Desmond. You probably heard famous TikTok couple Kristy and Desmond Scott are filing for divorce. Well, she has filed, and apparently it's over infidelity, allegedly. One would think that after 15 years together with his childhood sweetheart, who's a gorgeous woman and has 2 kids and a custom-built home and a multi-million-dollar business, would try his best to keep it in his pants so that he can stay afloat with this relationship. But you know what? That's not the case. And this is why I'm always emphasizing to you guys to stop idolizing couples online. I don't care how cute they are. I don't care all the fun pranks they do. I don't care how much he's showing you how generous he is. You do not know what these people are going through behind the scenes. I just told y'all in my most recent video, stop wishing you had what other people have, because you're going to get exactly what they have. And I promise you, you would not want what she's dealing with right now. I wish Kristy the best, and I applaud her for moving forward with a divorce, because obviously that is not an easy choice to make, especially after you spent your whole life with your partner. And she is still very young. I'm pretty sure she is 30 or 31, so she's fine. She has her 2 kids. She's built her wealth. She has her beautiful new home. Well, we'll see what happens with that. But she will survive this. But yeah, crazy, isn't it? Not really that crazy to me.
Breaking news, I've got some Jehovah's Witness tea for you. Public court records show that Kristy Scott has filed for divorce from her husband, Desmond Scott. And in case you've been living under a rock, they're social media influencers, famous for is it cake or is it raw chicken type pranks. Now the filing is notable because Jehovah's Witnesses strongly discourage divorce, allowing it only under one very specific circumstance. Adult TMZ first reported on this last night, where they have obtained court documents out of Harris County, Texas, in which Kristy cited alleged infidelity as the reason she sought the split, saying it completely wiped out any reasonable chance of reconciliation. At this time, no public details have been released regarding the reason, and neither party has made a public statement. In the Jehovah's Witness belief system, divorce without scriptural grounds can lead to serious consequences, from losing privileges in the congregation to outright shunning from being disfellowshipped or removed. And I might add, if Kristy didn't have actual proof of Desmond cheating, and she just divorced him anyway, she would not be scripturally free to remarry in the congregation. There has been a lot of speculation that perhaps Desmond bats for the same team. However, I don't want to focus on that. I only want to stick to facts and what is publicly available. Let me know what you think in the comments. I just thought that it was important to add the Jehovah's Witness, ex-Jehovah's Witness nuance to this commentary. Follow for updates and my usual Jehovah's Witness cult awareness and my own experiences in the religion and since leaving.
Nigga told his wife, he told Kristy, he wanted separation. Legal separation. While trying to get the separation, you went and cracked some? While trying, you still married, brother. You're not separated. You could have just waited the months until you were legally separated. Then it would have been irreconcilable differences. Now it's infidelity, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is honestly not as bad as what a lot of us were assuming as to what the hell happened, right? This is, he actually wanted to end things already and actually talk to her about ending things already before actually, But brother, wait until the separation. Ain't gonna crack some out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, now you got to deal with this, right? A blemish on your name, a blemish on your brand, a blemish on your wife, a blemish on you, a blemish on your kids. Where if you had just waited, you would be drowning in it, brother. What's going on here? In all seriousness, though, I never really wish for the downfall of people's union and people's, marriage and their relationships and stuff like that. I'm not really one of those, oh, they were cringy, so fuck them. Like, not, that's what they do, this content. So I'm sad for them, the fact that it ended up, ending this way. That's unfortunate, especially for people who supported them, the fans and everything like that. But, we don't really know these people the way that, you know what I'm saying? We don't really know these people. We know what they tell us, you feel me? And unfortunately, sometimes things are not as happy as people make it seem online. And so we gotta end the idolization of internet couples.